So I'll just get started. All right, Damian.
Yeah.
Mortalis,
Yeah.
blue belt, supposedly injured, but won a tournament last weekend. No, yeah, you won, right?
I won the 190 pounds.
Oh, you
But
won.
I competed in absolute and the gi as well. I got second absolute and second in the gi.
That's pretty badass for training for 2 years. But before we get into that, I kind of want to talk about what we were talking about right before the introduction. It was where you started jiu-jitsu and how you got into training. Like, how did you find out about jiu-jitsu?
I've always been a UFC fan. Been watching UFC for like 6 years more. The part of that I like about UFC was the grappling.
Right. Really? So you like the grappling over the striking?
Yes, and even though I started doing striking first, because I thought I needed to do some boxing and stuff, but I think I got kicked in the face, and
yeah, fuck that.
Nah, I got kicked in the face once. One of the first training that I did, and it's not anymore. And I went to jiu-jitsu. And
that's a smart choice.
Yeah, smarter choice. And the first day I did jiu-jitsu, I was like, bro, this is what I'm doing.
And you were saying that you started at the UFC gym.
Yeah, UFC gym. Yeah.
Which one? The one here in
Kendall, yeah. And they only do the gi. So
really?
Yeah. I think right now they're doing no gi as well.
Oh, but it's interesting that in that moment in time that you went to a UFC gym, and in the UFC gym they were only doing gi. Yeah, you would think that it's a UFC gym they would be doing more no gi because, like, I guess tailored to MMA.
Yeah, but they're just doing like a basic program at that point. So they're only doing the gi, and to me the gi was like fine. And I think the gi is great still, even though I don't do it.
You hear that, Mello? It's talking directly to you.
You hear that, Mello?
So yeah, I mean, so you like both. You started at the UFC gym. At some point, I guess you transferred over to Mortalis, or was there like a step? Did you like take a break?
Yeah. It was because I did a tournament, and at that point I didn't have my coach or anything. I just wanted to go to the tournament, and I at that point I wanted to prove something to my old coach.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I thought he didn't care about me or anything, but so I wanted to prove something, and I think that was the reason I was so nervous. And I remember David, he was also my coach at UFC gym in Midtown.
Okay.
So I told him, can you coach me? And he saw me that I was not ready.
Really?
Yeah, I was freaking out.
Oh, so you were really nervous?
Yes.
Because I guess it makes sense because your coach wasn't there. Like, you wanted to prove something to your other coach? Right?
Yeah. I think that was the whole reason that I was so nervous. I was like, I got to win. I got to win. And I was doing so well in the gym that I was like, I'm just going to win.
Right.
You know, at that point, I didn't go to any open mats.
Yeah, dude, that's
so I had no idea about all the people being good.
And how did you like, you knew you were good in the gym, and then you got to a tournament. I know you were nervous, but like, do you remember the moment that you started to get nervous? Was it when you got there? Or were you nervous like the week before?
No, I was fine until like 2 minutes before the match.
You were freaking out right before.
I was fine. I was stretching out. Like, I was good. I'm gonna win the whole thing. And
how'd you do?
Terrible.
You did bad?
Yes.
I mean, that's okay though.
I won my
first one.
I lost my first match in the gi, and I lost my first match in no gi.
That's fine. It's your first tournament. Like, I guess like tables have definitely changed now.
Well, that was not my first tournament.
That wasn't?
No. My first tournament, I didn't want to prove anything to anybody.
Oh, okay.
I was so new, like 3 months in, and I actually did way better.
Wow. So were you nervous for that one?
No. I was fine. For that one, I was just, maybe I compete. And I didn't know that much. So but I went in and I won my first match, and I won my second match, and I got third.
That's not bad.
That competition. But
do you think that like having that experience of like that first match that you felt better, and then getting really nervous, was it your second tournament that you felt nervous?
Yeah.
So let's say you got nervous. Did you after that tournament kind of like think, I did better in this one, I got to have that mentality when I start to compete and kind of like take that over? Or was it like a process thing?
I think the whole reason I was nervous is because I thought I must win.
Oh man, that's
like I thought like that I'm embarrassed myself if I don't win. I'm supposed to win. That's what I was thinking to myself.
And you don't think that way anymore when you compete?
sometimes, but I'm more confident now. I mean, at that point it was just like false. Like I'm supposed to win, but am I really good?
Oh, I kind of get what you're saying. So what you're saying is like you were confident, but I guess you didn't feel like you had really like, subconsciously felt like you had the technical ability to go in and perform at the level that your confidence was at.
Kind of. I thought I was fine. I thought
Yeah.
I was gonna do good, but I ended up not doing good, and I mean, I was just nervous.
Yeah.
I just wanted to perform because I wanted to prove something to somebody. Like I was not doing it for me.
Oh, okay.
Right now I do it because
For yourself.
it's fun.
Yeah,
fun.
it is pretty fun. So when you went to, so you left UFC and you went to Mortalis.
Mhm.
Was Mortalis already like formed? There was already an academy.
Yeah, they had an academy. I mean, they were open for like 8 months.
And you already knew a DLP.
Yeah, I already knew DLP, and DLP coached me that day. I knew it, so I told him I'm gonna go to Mortalis. That was a decision I took in the moment. I'm leaving. I'm just
so
gonna
next
go
week
there.
you were there.
Pretty much the next day I was there.
And the first day, how that first day of training at Mortalis?
That was great.
Yeah.
The instructions. I didn't know Melo at the time.
Yeah.
I went to an open mat, I think a week before.
Okay.
Before I started, but then the next day I started the first class and I saw Melo teaching the technique, and just so fucking
Melo's
easy to understand.
Yeah, he breaks it down pretty well. Like,
Yeah.
I've never been in his classes, but I've gone to shoot like the reels and stuff, and like the way that he breaks, at least what I've seen, the way that he breaks down techniques is really high level, and I think that's what he's kind of known for that. Like I've talked to other people that come into the podcast that he's kind of known for that. So it's kind of cool that you heard that and you got the instruction from Melo and also DLP, and then you wanted to stay there. So
yeah,
as you were at Mortalis, when you got to Mortalis, you were a white belt. Yeah,
I was a white belt.
And then did you start ramping up competing then?
I was a white belt, and I was just. I mean, I look at the technique that they were teaching, and it was nothing like the things I knew.
Right.
So at that point, I just wanted to learn.
Okay.
I just wanted to focus on learning, and I was pretty shy when I got in there because I wasn't speaking English at that point.
Okay.
So I was just like
You're quiet.
there. I was just there, like watching the technique and trying to do the stuff. But no competition yet. I wasn't thinking about competing yet.
That's pretty cool. So you kind of had a language barrier when you started training at Mortalis. So was it difficult for you to learn? I
would say I knew I could understand, but it's just me speaking. I wouldn't be like comfortable speaking to people until that point. But to be honest, at Mortalis is the place where I have been able to start speaking more to people and make people understand.
Shit, you're doing great. I don't know what you're talking about.
Now they still make fun of me.
I mean, that's your friends, man. What do you expect?
I know.
They're gonna be doing it probably for the rest of your life.
Yeah, I know.
That's gonna happen. So you focused on learning, and then you started ramping up competition. And was there a moment while you were, I guess you're transitioning to like really taking competition a little bit more serious, that you're like, this is what I really want to get into this pretty deeply?
Yeah. I think after the first competition, because I saw the whole support behind it. Like the whole team would go and support you, and the coach would be there, and I don't know.
Do you think
you
think that's like the major driver for you, that having that team element?
It's a big element.
Yeah.
To it, but yeah, I also like to compete. I mean, right now it's so different. Like the first competitions I did when I was on Mortalis, I was like, it was more the team or everyone going. It was fun. Right now, I think thinking a different way about competition. It's more serious, even though it doesn't look like it's serious because I just do everything.
That's true.
Yeah.
I watch you at Newbury, and it seems like you kind of just flow into the submissions. Like it seems like you. I don't know. Do you have a plan to what you want to get to? Like when you're going to submit something, like when you're going to compete, I guess.
Yeah, maybe 2% of the matches I have a plan. 98% of the matches I don't have any plans. I just want to go there and do my best. That's
pretty cool. So you go in pretty much like. Do you pick the match that you have a plan with, or do you like?
I mean, if the match is supposed to be complicated, yes.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, like the last one I did in White Line, it was against this pretty good black belt. So I was nervous about that one. So I watched his videos. I usually don't watch videos like that, and I watch his videos and stuff. So I had a plan to pull guard, even though I pull guard in most of the matches.
Yeah.
To pull guard, and I'm be really careful about his jumping stuff. It's really crazy.
Is that the one that, because I saw one that you won by leg lock? Was that, I think you won by,
No, that one I lost. I
lost
lost
that
by
one?
decision. Yeah, it was really close.
oh, okay. But still, it's a black belt. You know, you've been training for 2
Yeah.
years, 3 years, two,
Almost 3 years.
almost 3 years. If it's a close match, that's something to say about your ability. You know what I mean?
I guess I'm not happy with that. I'm not happy with that.
I mean, if you're happy with it, you're not gonna want to improve either.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? So it's okay not to be happy with it as long as you're looking to get better. In my opinion, I don't know.
Even when I win, it's hard for me to be happy with like
Really?
performance. Yes.
So you never go out of like a tournament, you win. Let's say you win first place, right? And you'll still not be happy with your performance.
There's always so much stuff that I do wrong. Just
Is it right after the match that you think that you did something wrong?
no. I just, right after when I watch the videos, it's like, oh, I look so bad.
Oh, dude, but I get that though. Like I watch myself roll and I feel like I move so weird.
Mhm.
I watch myself roll and maybe I do move weird, but like I watch myself roll and I'm like, dude, why do I move so weird? I don't like to record myself for that specific reason. But supposedly it's supposed to help you out. That like when you watch tape, it's supposed to help.
Yeah, when you're doing it, you're like, oh, I'm killing it.
Yeah.
I'm
When
doing so well.
you feel like you're flowing, all of a sudden, then you see yourself in the camera. You're like, what the fuck am I doing? It happens to me all the time.
Yeah,
happens to me all
happens
the
to
time.
everybody. Yeah, I just sometimes you gotta get better at just, I guess,
I like,
accepting.
yeah.
Accepting what you're doing is just fine with the technique that you have right now, and then you have to get better. But
Right.
you gotta be happy with what you have.
Is
right
that easy for you? That's not easy for you to do, apparently.
now. No,
Not
it's
yet.
not.
You're
It's-
preaching it to me, but you're still having trouble.
No, I struggle with that. I just every time I watch myself, I need to get so much better.
Dude, but that's a great mentality to have, I think. Like if you watch a tape of yourself like training or rolling and you go, man, I'm great. I'm good at what I do. And you're not gonna look to improve. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Even though I have found a good technique, I just watched a video from like 6 months ago, and I'm like, okay,
That's
okay, it's
not
better.
bad. That's not bad. That's cool, man. So do you have like, what is your, because Mello told me on his episode that you go to open mats for that 3 times a day.
Yeah, yeah.
How the fuck do you do that?
The thing is, sometimes I need to release.
Oh yeah.
So the best way for me is to roll. So I would go to open mat Saturday, grounding theory.
Okay.
And then I'll try to do some drilling or something. And then I would go Sunday to Mortalis, and then I would go to Maddox later on in the day. And then Fridays I would go to Mortalis class, and I would go to an open mat. It just makes me feel good. It makes me feel that like I'm doing something.
Makes you, going to 2 open mats makes you, I go to 1, it makes me feel like I'm doing something. Dude, but that's how do you recover? Like if you, let's say you're doing that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and you hit a bunch of open mats, how do you recover from that?
I don't know how to recover. I'm always in pain.
How old are you?
24.
Oh, okay.
About to be 25.
Okay. You're always in pain?
Yeah, I live in pain. It's normal.
So you don't do anything else to recover? You just fucking bite the bullet?
I try to eat healthy and sleep, but I do a really bad job.
Sleeping?
Yeah. I've got to get better at that.
Man, I have 4 kids, so like for sleeping for me is a motherfucker. I don't know if you can tell by my eyes.
Yeah.
I barely sleep. Yeah.
I can see.
At least you're honest, dude. Yeah. Yeah, but
Gotta be honest.
It's tough. Like, so why is it tough for you? Is it just you're like a night person?
To sleep?
Yeah.
I mean that's why I train so much, because I need to get really, really tired to go to sleep.
Oh, okay.
Because I have ADHD.
Yeah, I got that too.
Sometimes like hyper focus on something, and I just cannot sleep. Like if I learn to do something new,
yeah,
I'll be like a whole week thinking about that like at 3 a.m.
Dude, I have ADHD, and that happens to me too. Like that you get hyper focused on something, and that will keep you up for a long time. And that's probably why you're like, I won't go to 3 with math, but that's probably why you developed so quickly. Because the reality, you've developed pretty quickly. Like in 3 years, you're doing pretty good, man. I've seen some of your matches, and you do go against high level people, and you submit high level people, and that's not easy to do. You know what I mean? It takes work, and it's probably that ADHD is probably helping you in this jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, I think so.
You think so? Like,
yeah.
At least for me, school was terrible. Like it was hard to get through. Like school, like high school, fucking hard. But jiu-jitsu, for some reason, it's just easier for me to to be on the mats. I feel more comfortable on it. And I think it has to do with that hyper focus. Is something that I like in ADHD with my ADHD, and then it allows me to kind of approach it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's something that I can spend my time on. It really use that energy.
Yeah, I just need something that I can focus and do that thing.
And then is your focus completely jiu-jitsu?
That's the other thing that is, it cannot be jiu-jitsu right now, but that's the goal. Like one day.
Right. It can't be jiu-jitsu right now because you're not making, I guess, the money that you would want to.
Yeah. I right now have to do a full-time job, and
my
whole goal is to make it so I can just train jiu-jitsu in the future. That's my whole goal, and I'm working towards that.
That's great, man. That's great. Like
one day.
Yeah. That's just life, dude. Sometimes you have to, like, it's not viable to do jiu-jitsu 100%. I guess like at the beginning, at the stages that you're at, it's not viable to do, but there's ways to get there now. And I think that's the sport is growing. You're going to have opportunities to be able to train and do all that stuff.
Yeah. And also my plans are to be like good, really good. I want to be within the best in the world.
Yeah.
So
you're thinking Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, everything. Yes, everything. I want to be up there. I'm 24, about to be 25. So you can say I have time, but I have to get to work. I have to.
That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah. I don't have time to waste. So.
No, I think that's a good way. If you're 24, 25, you have time, but you got to get to work. I think it's.
Yeah, I'm not 17. I don't have time to be playing around. Just doing what I have to do so I can get to that point. I can get to the point where I can just train and get better.
So, do you have a plan as to how you're gonna get to those highest levels? Like, do you like strategize? Okay, I think like how do you approach competition? Do you just compete, or do you have like a plan? Like, I'm gonna compete here. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that.
Well, I need to get better at that because I just compete. I have a competition next week and I'm injured. I don't know if I'm gonna do it or not.
You said you told me you were injured for like 3 months and you competed like last week.
No, I just keep getting injured. It's been tough. My ankle, my ribs, my shoulder.
My ankles and ribs are fucked up too.
Yeah, and I just injured my hips Monday, and I got it worse because I rolled after. It's just been like that. It's been hard these last 3 months.
I mean, you did pretty good in your last competition. What's the next one that's coming up?
I think it's Cannabolic. Something like that.
Is it here in Florida?
Yeah, they're doing it at Drew's.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's A&M, right?
Yeah, it's an absolute.
Yeah. I saw a flag for that. That looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it looks cool.
That looks pretty cool.
I hope I can do that.
Do you think what realistically?
I'm gonna do it. I know.
I see, because you saying like, oh, let's see if we can do it, but in your face, I can kind of see like, I want to fucking do it.
I know I'm gonna do it, and Melo knows I'm gonna do it.
Yeah,
even though I'm injured.
Yeah, it's great, man. And so I think that it's not a bad thing that, in my opinion, right? I don't think it's a bad thing that you just go and compete all the time. So maybe people disagree with me, and that's fine. But I think that being active and not really having like, okay, a plan at this point to like, what are the competitions I want to focus on is fine. I think gaining the experience is great, dude.
Yeah.
Do you feel like competition is really like what pushes you to get better? Is like making you get better?
Yeah, I think competition is the main reason I'm getting better.
At the speed that you're getting better. Right?
Yeah, because
you compete all the time.
Yeah, and also I'm trying to like compete against the best people I can.
It's such like an early stage because 3 years in, you're already trying to compete against the highest level.
I'm trying to get to that level, so I guess it's the only way.
That's a good. I mean, it's also like a good way to like measure yourself against those people.
Yeah.
Like, let's say you go and you compete. Obviously, you want to win, right? You want to win, but if let's say you don't, at least you got a gauge of like, look, dude, I'm this far. This is what I got to work on. But that's why I guess competing is so good in your specific situation because you're allowed to gauge so much.
Now, at the end of the day, they're people, so they could be looking like they're so good, but at the end of the day, you go against them and they're good. You feel their skill, but you can still move them. You can still get good grips and get your game going.
The shit works. You're like, you're happy with it?
Yeah, it still works.
Yeah, it works. That's great, dude.
You feel good about that.
Yeah, man. I think that you're progressing pretty quickly. 3 years is pretty good.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it's not quick enough. I wanna progress way more. I feel like I'm not doing as much as I could be doing.
What do you think you could be doing more?
I need to. I'm now starting to be strict with my diet. I'm trying to gain weight so I can be doing the absolutes. It's not healthy for me to be doing at 170.
That's a good point. So you think that maybe you got to be a little bit more disciplined with your dieting?
You know, my diet and just drilling more and studying more. I do study a lot, but it's not enough. I think you can always do more.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like, there's always something that you can do, like, to improve and to get better, especially if you want to compete at the highest level.
Yeah, there's always that anxiety. Am I doing enough?
That's a good way to put it. Like, there's this anxiety. I think the best people think that way, that they're not doing enough.
Yeah, and it kills me when I get injured. So
yeah, I can imagine you sitting on the sideline is not something you like to do.
Yeah, I still watch and then study when I'm injured, but it's like every time I have to come back and it's again and the cardio and everything.
Dude, that's 100% a factor. Like when you're like, at least for me, like when you're injured or you're out for like 2 weeks. For me, if it's 2 weeks, like that little time, you come back that first day, the timing's off. You know, you're thinking about the technique and you're not really reacting to the time. That's a motherfucker.
Yeah, the main goal is to be consistent, and that's how you start feeling the moves and feeling your body moving the best ways when you do it every day.
And you don't have problems with consistency, right? Like, let's take injuries out of it.
No. If it comes to jiu-jitsu, no. All the things, maybe. Yeah.
I feel that though, dude.
Yeah, when it comes to jiu-jitsu, no. And now I'm trying to make it so the weightlifting is also like a must right now.
So you're trying to go up in weight, and so have you always been weightlifting? But are you starting to weightlift now?
I've been weightlifting, but not like serious. I've been doing like once a week, twice a week, so it doesn't do anything.
Okay.
I'm now doing it, like trying to do it like almost every day.
Shit. So you're doing, let's just say like your day would be like you weightlift in the morning. Like, how would your day look like?
Sometimes I can weightlift in the morning, and sometimes I weightlift right after work because I have a gym at work. So I do
That's pretty
the
cool.
gym at work, and then I go to Mortalis.
Okay. So you'll pretty much like you'll lift weights and then you'll go train and you'll weightlift every day to gain weight. That's gotta be tough if you're doing like jiu-jitsu at the same time. You gotta eat a lot, huh?
Yeah, it's hard, but I get full so quick. But
you get full?
I'm starting to eat more.
Yeah, man, that's gotta be tough. Like, I think especially if you're doing that high level cardio when it comes to jiu-jitsu and you're lifting weights at the same time, like, you gotta eat a lot.
Yeah, Steven's giving me some tips there.
Steven, yeah,
he eats a lot.
He's a thick boy. That guy's.
Oh, he eats like crazy.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't get full. I've seen him eating next to me, and it's just fucking crazy. I hope I can do that one day.
You eat like him?
Huh?
You hope you can eat like he can eat?
Yeah, he eats a lot, and I want to eat like that.
Yeah.
And he tells me, "Yo, just do this. You're not eating enough." I say, "Bro, I'm trying.
You're full.
I'm full all day."
Maybe your body will get used to it, man. The amount of calories you need.
Yeah, it's getting better.
Yeah,
it's getting better. Like more food now.
Are you taking shit out of your diet?
I mean, bad stuff.
Yeah,
it's been always like that. I always eat as clean as I can.
Oh, so you eat clean?
Yeah, I clean.
So the issue with the diet, is just the quantity that you're inputting.
Yeah, it's not enough.
Have you seen the progress though?
Yeah, I've gained like almost 10 pounds. I was 165, now 175.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, because I want to do a 168 at ADCC. So I got to get to 180 or something so I can cut some weight. Because all these guys are bigger than me. And I mean, I don't mind competing against people bigger than me. I do it all the time, but I would rather compete against somebody that's my size.
So you want to go up to 180 so that you can cut to 168?
168, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when are you thinking about trials?
Trials? Next trials?
Damn, dude.
Next
fuck.
One, yeah. I was gonna do this one if Steven was gonna do it, but he got injured, so we didn't end up doing it. But I know I'm not at that skill level yet, but I'm just gonna do it.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like that's definitely that's the top of, like, at least in my opinion, the pinnacle of at least no-gi grappling.
Yeah,
it's the pinnacle of our sport right now. And I think that if you do a trials, at least you do one trials, you to gauge. Let's say you take this one as like, obviously you want to win it, but let's say you go in and you can gauge the level that you're going to be competing at.
Yeah, the experience is competing against the best people.
Yeah, man. But you also do like a lot of open mats. So you kind of are going to see, I don't know, you correct me if I'm wrong on this one, but like, won't you see a lot of the people that you compete with at trials in the open mats that you train with?
I mean, yeah, I think I have rolled with everybody in Miami or Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah,
the best guys. I think I have rolled with all of them.
Right.
And I mean, some of them destroy me, and some of them, I can handle. But I mean, I can get the level. I can get the level that is on ADCC.
Yeah, I think so. I think if you have the mindset to do it, you're definitely like retaining the information because at least from what I see in your competitions,
Yeah.
you're moving pretty well. You look good. You got great coaches to get you there. So
And the open mats help a lot.
everybody's been telling me like the open mats really help a lot.
Yeah, I just rolling with everybody. I mean, I roll in my gym. Everybody knows the things I like to do.
Right.
When I go to other open mats, I do way better.
Right.
And I'm like surprised sometimes. Yeah, that's another thing I want to do. I want to go around other states and just go to different schools to train, to see other people, open mats everywhere.
Yeah. Is it like a specific state you want to go to?
I want to do a tour everywhere.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah. I don't know specific states, but I would like to move around.
Yeah.
I'm definitely leaving Miami.
You're going to leave?
Yeah. I'm going to leave Miami. I mean, not yet, but that's my plan. Miami's getting too expensive.
Yeah, dude, it is. That's 100. I agree with you 100%, dude. So if you're gonna leave the state, is there like a state you're obviously gonna think about? Where's like the jiu-jitsu at? What's the type of jiu-jitsu you want to get to? Is there a state that you're thinking about?
I mean, there's some states.
Texas is pretty.
I mean, Texas. The Texas is also expensive, but it's a good state for jiu-jitsu. It's Austin, of course.
Yeah.
B Team and New Wave. These are all the states that could be good.
Right.
Where I can train more and there's less things to pay.
You can focus more on jiu-jitsu.
I mean, right now in Miami, it's just impossible.
Yeah, it is, man. It is pretty crazy. Like the rent that's going up, it's gonna be it's probably the smarter move to do that, to be able to go to another state and get out of Miami, because as the bills go up, it's gonna be harder for you to make a living doing jiu-jitsu and have a comfortable life.
Yeah.
That's a smart move.
Yeah. And maybe in the future I open my own thing.
Yeah, it's dope.
Yeah.
Do you like when you're trying to get better, like how do you pinpoint what it is that you want to work on, and how do you work on it?
Well, there's a lot of instructionals.
Yeah.
So I look at all the instructionals and I'm like, which of those look better, more fun to do? And I just go and watch it and try to like drill it after.
Oh, that's cool. So you don't do like, oh, I need to work on this, let me look up an instruction. You do like, I like that. I like that one. That looks cool.
Yeah, Jason Robb, but he's doing 50-50.
I'm gonna add that to my game.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do this month. And I work. I'm watching instructionals.
Yeah, I mean, how long does it take you to break one down? Like you take like a month to break down an instructional, for the most part, like on average.
Less. I watch a lot.
You do?
Yeah, I finish them quick. Yeah.
So you go to work. At what time do you get into work?
8.
At 8. Okay, and you get out like at 5.
Yeah.
Weight lift, go to jiu-jitsu, and then you're watching instructionals.
Yeah, I'm watching instructional at work.
Cut that.
That's fine. You can leave it.
I'm kidding. That's cool, man. So, I mean, you're pretty much, if you're watching instructionals at work, you're pretty much doing something related to jiu-jitsu the entire day.
Yeah. I'm trying. I'm trying to make it so at work I can
get better.
I can still do get everything done, so I have time to to do my stuff, to do my goals, my actual goals.
So, do you have anything that you're working on specifically right now? 50-50 is what you're working on?
Right now, I was working on passing.
On passing?
Yeah, I've been working on passing for the last 4 months.
Is it because you pull guard?
No, because I just want to pass everybody's guard. I'm Melo's guard. Yeah.
You want to pass Melo's guard?
Yeah. And Steven's guard.
And Steven too. Okay.
And David.
And you're just making a list, dude.
Everybody.
You're gonna go back and all right, let's see what's up, dude.
Yeah. That's my goal.
That's your goal, is to pass your guard.
Yeah. It's more fun. I think it's more fun when you're passing than playing guard. Even though I play guard all the time.
Yeah, I mean, is there a reason why I guess you decided to play more guard?
I'm not really good at wrestling.
Oh, okay.
I've been lazy about the wrestling. So just when I started doing more wrestling, I got injured. So my shoulder dislocated or something. Something happened there. And I had to stop doing wrestling for a while. So I went back to the guard pulling. But I go back to wrestling. It's fun.
Yeah, wrestling's pretty fun, dude. Like I have a judo background, but it didn't translate over to Nogi. And
okay.
I'm getting into like like, I mean, transfers, the foot sweeps, I guess, they kind of work.
Yeah,
But like
they do work.
the actual like takedowns, I'm learning wrestling now, and like it's super fun. Once you get like a little bit of a hang of it, it turns into like it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, wrestling is fun. Even though I don't look like I know how to wrestle, like everybody tells me, bro, it's so hard to take you down because you're just so weird. You don't know what you're doing, bro. You just try to stay standing and take me down. Then you take me down.
No, what you can say is I'm not weird. I'm just unorthodox. Fuck it.
Yeah, that thing, I cannot say that word.
That's okay. Just call me, dude. I'll say it for you. Fuck it.
Okay.
We'll keep it recorded on your phone. You just pull it out.
Yeah. Still, wrestling is fun. And now I'm coming back to it.
That's dope. So you started playing the guard because you didn't like wrestling. Let's put it more that way, because you're saying like you're lazy. It's kind of like a like thing.
Yeah, and I mean, when you playing guard, you also get two legs all the time, and then you get the triangles. And I like triangles. Almost all my submissions are triangles.
Yeah, the one that I saw in the newbies, most of them were triangles.
Yeah, 3 triangles.
3 triangles.
3 triangles a day. And I'm very happy because that's my favorite submission.
Yeah?
Yeah. Also in the gi, I got an armbar. So I'm happy about that. Mellow.
Dude, so tell me about the gi. So you don't train the gi at all?
Right now, I don't.
Now you don't?
No.
You don't train the gi at all?
No.
But you went into newbie and you competed in the gi?
Yeah.
And
I've done it before.
And you've done it before?
Yeah, without training. It feels nice.
You don't feel, it doesn't feel like a little bit awkward when the people like gripping you and shit?
Yeah, that's why I do it, because it's awkward. So I get to improvise a lot.
Oh shit, so you're going out here improvising and shit.
Yeah, because if I know what to do, it's like I just do what I know. And
I get what you're saying.
If you don't know what you're doing, you have to improvise. And then I just start trying to grip and like make it make sense. And it's fun.
As you're competing.
Yeah, I think no gi is fun, but because I don't train in the gi, it's still fun.
I get what you're saying, man. Like it's something not new, but since it's something that you don't do a lot, it kind of like gauges your interest. That's like a lot of that my ADD happens. Like with something that close to what I like and it's a little bit different, then I'll be like, oh, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, and then the way I think about it is like, oh, whenever I go against somebody in no gi that is so much better than me, I still have to find a way to make it work. To perform against these people,
right?
Even though I don't have the skills for that.
Yeah.
So in the gi is the same thing. I'm going against these people that have more skills than me, but somehow I use.
And you got second, right? In the gi?
Yeah, I got second. I think I should have won, but it's
okay. It was a decision?
Yeah, they took a takedown that I had out.
Okay. So it was by points.
Some controversy in there, but okay, I'm fine with that. I'm happy with my armbar.
That was the what? So how many matches did you have in the gi?
I had 3 matches. I won one by advantage.
Okay.
And then I got an armbar in the second match. A gi armbar.
With
grips and stuff.
You fucking thing.
Yeah, just make it happen somehow.
Did you have like when you went into the match, it's awkward or whatever, but did you kind of just see the arm and snatch it?
No, I think I saw a video from Roger Gracie.
I
think is his name. He was showing some close guard armbar, and that's the only technique I know in the gi. Like that's the only thing I know. So I just did that thing.
Dude,
and it worked.
If that's the guy, that's a good guy to study if you're gonna do gi.
Yeah,
he's the go, bro.
Yeah, and then it's funny when I won, and then my gi was just all over the place, and then I had a white gi and a blue gi with the white bottom
pants.
part, and then white pants, and then the
blue top.
The blue top with the belt anywhere. Like this guy told me to put my belt on, and I was like, bro, don't make me do this.
This is not in front of all these people. Don't make me.
I had to do it, and it took me like a minute to.
Was it longer than the match?
Yeah, it was longer than the second match. Yeah. Yeah, it happens sometimes. Yeah, every time I do the gi in competition, I cannot tie my belt the right way.
Do you go in with the belt not tied correctly?
This time somebody helped me with it.
Right.
Yeah. So I got in with the belt good, and then when I got out, it was a mess.
Everybody's like, this fucking guy didn't tie his belt. It's gotta be fun. You gotta start going in with the belt tied in correctly.
Yeah, and I have one of my opponents from one of the competitions I did in the gi. He tied my belt for me.
Did you beat him?
Yes.
Dude, that's hilarious.
I didn't know he was my opponent. That's why I asked him. I was like, you look like a gi guy.
Wait a second. Was this before or after your match?
Before.
Oh, okay. I thought it
So
was after, and you didn't know the guy. Like you didn't know it was him, and then you went up to him to tie your belt.
No. I didn't know that was my opponent. I was like, bro, you kind of look like a gi guy. Can you help me out?
Then you tied your belt.
Yeah, he did something there. He did it really nice.
Nice for you to beat him.
Yeah, now it's my turn. Do what I know.
I don't know why that makes me, dude. I don't know why I find that so funny that the guy that you beat went up to you, tied your belt, then you walked. Was it the match right after you tied your belt?
No, it was right there. Yeah. It was like a minute after. Yeah.
I mean, so it was a minute after he tied your belt.
Yeah.
He walked on the mat. He looked at you. He's like, I just tied this motherfucker's belt. He's probably not that good.
Yeah.
And then you beat him.
It was a sloppy win, but it's still a win.
It's still a win, man. But I think it's funny. I think it's funny that you didn't. Was it a blue belt?
Yeah, blue belt.
That's funny, dude.
Blue belt match. Yeah.
That's funny, bro.
And the gi, I get to compete with blue belt, so it's.
That's funny, bro.
Kind of fun.
I think that's great. That you got somebody to tie your belt and then you beat him. I'm like, that's new to me.
Yeah.
Are you gonna do more in the gi?
In the gi, yeah.
Like, are you thinking IBJJF and all that shit?
Of course, I was gonna do Panims.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I was gonna do that. Steven was like, bro, you don't train in the gi.
You should do it.
I was like, do you really think you're gonna win? Yeah.
Dude, you should do it. And then if you win, you have major bragging rights.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it next time.
You should do it, dude.
Yeah, Melo doesn't approve.
Dude, so you're thinking about competing in the gi as well. You're gonna do pans. Are you gonna take like those type of competitions serious as you take the no gi ones?
No, I'm just gonna do it the same way. Let's see.
That's pretty cool though.
I don't have time to be working on the gi that much.
Yeah, that makes sense. I agree with you too. You kind of have to split the two if you want to focus on like high level stuff.
Yeah. No gi is my goal, but gi is just like a.
I heard like I don't know if you agree with this, but I heard Craig Jones talking about like, and this is probably like the gi guys have better dexterity in their hips when because they have to do all these lassos and stuff. So it kind of helps the development of the guard. I don't know if I agree with him or not, but maybe you just competing that you pick up what I'm trying to get at is like if you're just competing in the gi, maybe you pick up some really good habits from having to deal with the gi that you can bring over to no gi. That'd be pretty cool.
Maybe. Maybe.
So your focus is going to be no gi.
Yeah.
And do you have like from here to I guess next trials is that's the one that you're focusing on?
Yeah. Right now I'm just focusing on getting better because the next trial is gonna be like almost a year from now, I think. So
yeah, it's like because next in September is Abu Dhabi. Is
ADCC.
Is it September?
I think August.
August.
I'm not
yeah,
sure.
it's like August, September. I think it's around there, and then they have trials the year after,
mm-hmm.
and then ADC again. So, in your mind, do you think like? I know you're working on getting better, but do you see that competition as the one that you kind of want to is the big one?
Yeah, it's a big one. And I mean, first I have to do the opens.
Right.
I haven't done any ADCC opens yet, but I'm gonna do all the ones I can, and then that's the goal. Yeah. ADCC trials, of course. I gotta win trials once.
I'm rooting for you, bro.
Yeah.
Do you think? So I hear that the ADC like the opens are pretty wild, like they're packed.
Yeah, they're fun. Yeah, last one in Orlando, they ran like super late. But,
yeah, that's what I heard.
But they're still fun. Yeah, people are just going hard.
Yeah, that's what I like the rule set that they kind of roll out of the mat. You have to keep going because if you scramble, you have to go out of the mat. I like.
Yeah, it's kind of dangerous because it's a floor.
It is fucking dangerous.
There's cement in there.
Yeah, it is fucking dangerous.
Yeah,
but I like that rule set. Is there a specific rule set that you're kind of do you like more?
No, ADCC. ADCC. Yeah. I mean, they promote the wrestling.
Right.
Even though wrestling is not my strong thing that I do, I still like it more because it makes me move. I don't stop moving.
Right.
Keep doing jiu-jitsu.
I like that.
You know?
I like that. And it's like I know that they have points in the second half. I believe it's the second half that they're having points. But
yeah.
I like that the first half isn't really points oriented. It's kind of like submission only.
Yeah. I mean, even the points, it's so hard to score. Like it's not like in IBJF you get a sweep and this sweep.
Right.
You get the points so easily compared to ADCC. Like if you keep moving, you don't get anything. If the other guy keeps moving, you don't get anything. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You got to really like pin people and go for the subs.
That's like that's the reason. I mean, that's the reason why people join jiu-jitsu. And I think that those type of rule sets are the best. Have you been watching? I don't know if you watch like a lot of tournaments. You watch a lot of tournaments?
Yeah.
Have you been watching this week the PGF?
No.
You haven't seen any of it?
No, I've seen the subs.
The subs,
The
but are
highlights.
you familiar with like the rule set?
No, I know.
So like
I haven't watched it.
So like their rule set is it's submission only, but they break it down like the type of submission gives you different types of points. And if you get the submission under a minute, you get another point. So let's say you get an armbar, right? That's called a break. You get 3 points, right? And then they have a kill, which is a choke, and you get 6 points. If you do either of those under a minute, you get another point, an additional point, right?
Oh, nice.
That's pretty sick, right?
Yeah.
And then they do like they do it like 6-minute matches, so you kind of have to pick up the pace. And they do the team format, which I don't really like understand how the team format works in the tournament, but the individual racks up points, and then depending on how many points you get is whether you go on to the playoffs or not, right?
Yeah.
I think that is kind of like the new way. That's like a really cool way to have a rule set.
Yeah, that's a good rule set. It promotes movement, submissions.
Right.
Promotes to submit the other guy.
And it kind of categorizes like the type of submission too. Like
yeah, I don't know yet. I don't know what kind of submissions are better.
I think that's a good. I understand what you're saying. Like I think that it promotes the choke over the break.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So like the choke, like a kill is a choke. So any choke that you get is 6 points. So they're promoting like people to use chokes over like a leg lock or an arm bar. Or
that's interesting.
That's a break. So like if you break a joint, that's 3 points. So I guess they're trying to push like a finalization into the submission grappling. So now it's dividing the type of submissions.
Yeah, I like that. I like chokes better.
Yeah, man. I think that chokes are definitely better. It'll stop somebody, right?
Yeah. It's like it reminds me of the ones that Ground Game Theory was doing. Submission invitational.
Yeah.
Invitational
The
that we're doing.
Yeah.
Like it promotes submission. You only get a point if you submit.
Yeah. I like that type. I like those type of tournaments.
Yeah, and you get to go against everybody.
That's like round robin.
Yeah, they're round robin. Those are pretty nice.
Yeah, it's great, man. I think that's at first you get a lot of matches in.
Yeah,
which is good for experience.
You get to go against everybody,
and then everybody's looking for a submission.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and in the PGF, if you don't win, it's a draw. Nobody gets any points.
Yeah, and in this, even you read and IBAF, people are looking for that point, that little advantage, and there's sometimes you're like, oh.
Yeah,
this guy's not moving. Or these people backing up all the time, and then you get frustrated.
Dude, I think that now, and I don't know, you can tell me if you agree with me. I think now there's because of the no-gi, there's kind of like this shift of those submission-oriented types of tournaments, and I think that's better for jiu-jitsu.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because if you develop a style that's kind of point-oriented, it's going to hinder what really you want to get out of jiu-jitsu is like the submission, right?
Yeah, like you're just thinking about the points.
Right, you're just thinking about the points. I want to win, and people are smart. They're going to start strategizing and be like, I know I can get this type of sweep quickly, and then I can hold the spot for a little bit or camp out there, and then maybe move. But that makes it boring.
Yeah, even for a tournament that you want to submit, so you spend less time wasting energy. You know,
right?
If you submit in 2 minutes, the other guy that you're competing against, maybe he had a whole match,
right?
And then you're ready.
Right.
And he's not.
Right. Yeah.
You get an advantage, and you submit this guy, and then you have like an advantage if you submit.
Yeah, that's true. Like it's especially if they do it like in the way that this PGF is doing it, that they have like the 6-minute matches, and it kind of makes you go at a faster pace. You know what I mean? Because like the IBJJF black belts level, I don't know if you're familiar with, at least in the gi. I don't know if it's like this in no gi. I think they're 10-minute matches, dude. That's a long time in the gi. There's like you can get a sweep and kind of hold it there for a little bit.
Yeah, it's a long time in the gi. In no gi, I don't mind.
Yeah, no gi is a little different because it's faster pace, man.
Yeah.
And it's hard to control somebody for so long. Like at the highest level.
Yeah.
You watch these high people grapple, and then like you're not going to be able to hold that guy for too long. You kind of got to hold him and really advance that submission.
There's so many transitions in the matches. Yeah.
I like that too. It's more scrambling in the no gi.
Yeah, I like the WNO ones. They put up like good matches.
Yeah.
And then they give like an advantage to whoever's winning in the decision. Like they give like, oh, the red guy is like winning.
Oh, that's right. Is that the one that they go like they tell you in the middle of the match? They go like, oh, red.
Yeah.
I'm confusing with another one. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, I like that one. I like to do that one.
That's good too, bro. That's a good one too, because like you know if you're pushing the pace and who's winning by, like it's no surprises.
Yeah, no. You know if you're losing,
Yeah,
and that's good because sometimes, last time I lost in the absolute, I thought I was winning and then I lost. And
yeah, dude. I think you wouldn't if you hear that you're losing.
you would have like done more.
You pick up the pace. You're not
No,
going to
yeah.
just stay there.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty interesting, man. Like I think that when they do that, those submission style competitions that are focused on submission, and if they tell you that, hey man, you're winning or you're losing, it's like it leaves no surprises.
Yeah.
And guys have to kind of pick up the pace. I think
Yeah.
those guys are doing a great job at WNL.
Yeah, really
They're
nice.
putting on good cards. Did you hear about the Cade and Musumeci?
Oh, one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I think Kate is bigger. It's gonna be hard for Mr. Messi.
I think so too,
It's
dude.
too small.
I think Cade's style is too crazy, man.
Yeah, he's so good. And Mr. Messi is, it's really skillful. He's really good.
Yeah, he's good.
But it's just the weight.
Yeah, the way and the
how
style,
good this
dude.
guy is.
Yeah,
This
Cade
guy
is-
is so good.
Cade,
He won ADCC.
Yeah, he did. I wonder why Musumeci never has Musumeci ever done an ADCC? Do you know? I don't think he has.
I don't think he has.
Yeah, I wonder
I
why.
think he's he's too small for the smallest division.
Is he?
He's like 125, I think.
He's 125?
I mean, well, maybe not.
No, dude, I'm asking because I don't know.
Small. He looks small.
Yeah, I know he looks
So
small. I don't know.
I think he's around that weight.
Oh, okay, okay.
135,
And what's the smallest for ADCC?
145.
Oh, okay.
I mean, these people cut
Oh, and they
to
cut.
get
That's
to
true.
145.
That's true. Yeah, I know Musumeci's small. I was generally asking. I don't know what his weight class is. I know he's small.
Yeah, I think he can still do it.
Cade is way too big, man.
Oh yeah. 180.
Yeah, he's way too big. He's way too big, and that guy moves like lighter than he looks.
Yeah, no, they're both of them, like the two brothers.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Could you imagine having a twin brother
Yeah,
that loved you just as much as you did?
yeah, that's all I want. It's somebody that I can just drill all the time.
Just drill
Sometimes it's hard to find, but that's what I need to find somebody to drill all the time.
You got to tell Steven, dude.
Yeah, I do it, Steven.
Yeah,
Yeah, I do it more
yeah, you got to tell Steven to do it more.
for sure.
Yeah, that's a good partner, man. That guy's very meticulous.
Yeah, I mean, I have good partners are Mortalis.
Yeah, you do have you have really good partners at Mortalis.
Yeah.
That's a great
Yeah,
job.
good skill. Steven helps me a lot. Melo helps me a lot. David as well, of course.
Yeah,
And the rest of the guys, they're so good, and then the vibe is great. That's one of the reasons I stick to Mortalis, because that I just love these guys. The vibe is so
I can see that, man.
so great. I mean, yeah, I feel so comfortable there,
Yeah,
and then it makes it easier to pick up technique because you're not worried about like any drama or anything.
that's such a good point, man. That like that you just said that you stay there because of the vibe. Because like if the academy has a good community and you want to be there, not just because of the jiu-jitsu, because of the people there, you're gonna learn a lot better, in my opinion. You know, because if you're worried about this guy or that guy or just drama, like you said, you're probably not gonna pick up the technique because you're thinking about it, or you're not gonna get better training because you're thinking about that type of stuff.
Yeah, and also I can just go and ask them anything, and then they'll help me out.
That's
So
good.
that's a good thing. I know they do it with everybody.
Yeah.
They help the new guys a lot.
Yeah. Mortalis is definitely a really
Yeah.
cool gym to develop at. And you know that you have good people there.
Yeah.
You know you have good people there. Like especially like the head instructors are really good at what they do.
Yeah.
I think you're in a good school, man. If you wanna get to ADCC and like win
for
ADCC.
sure, for
Obviously,
sure.
a lot of people say, "Oh, my goal is to get to ADCC," but there's people that want to get to ADCC and there's people that want to win the ADCC.
Yeah, I think you have very high level coaching.
Yeah,
Yeah, anything's possible on Mortalis for sure.
and you're also constantly seeking other people.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? You're constantly looking for other people. You're constantly looking for like open mats, and I think that's really spiked your development. And the fact that you're always competing at the same time, like always trying to compete as much as possible. I think those
Yeah.
two things have really made you progress in the.
yeah.
No way they
Open
have.
mats is the best. The best is open mats because you get to go against everybody.
Yeah,
Everybody. I mean, I think David told me that don't go to that many open mats because these guys, they're gonna know your game. Yeah.
but there's a point to that too. I get what he's saying. I get what he's saying.
No, I get it. But to be honest, I don't about the results in competition right now. I'm not like going like I don't care if I win everything. I just want to go and do my best right now.
So so do you think that's your mindset when you go to compete? You don't really give a shit about the results.
I mean,
You care, but
I
like,
do care, but it's not like, I mean, if I do ADCC, maybe, yeah, I'm gonna go all in. But if I'm doing absolute and I'm doing the 190 division, even though I'm not 190 and I'm doing the gi, I'm not really gonna be mad if I get second in one of them.
right,
Because I know I'm pushing myself a
right.
lot, and that's the reason I do it, because I know it's hard. I know it's like looks impossible for like a guy that with my experience, but it's a way to push myself. It looks impossible, so let's do it.
I think that mindset is probably a really important factor when it comes to like getting better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Obviously you want to win, but you really just want to do your best and kind of like develop your jiu-jitsu to take it to the next level. Like it seems to me, and correct me if I'm wrong here, that your main goal is to develop your jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
And you're just doing whatever you can to make sure that you develop your jiu-jitsu.
Yeah. I mean, I have it like a lot of people telling me, bro, you win everything and oh, you're doing so good. But if I show you how many times I lost,
Yeah.
and in like 2 years, I've lost so many matches, and it doesn't even look good when you see how many matches I've lost.
Yeah.
But it's part of it, you know. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. I look at my losses and I feel fine with them.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
now it's bearing fruit, dude. Now you're getting a lot. You're obviously getting a lot better. You're putting yourself in sticky situation, like sticky. You're forcing yourself to go into these
Yeah.
really difficult
Yeah, yeah.
situations to train to go against the best people at the tournament, just to make sure that you develop your jiu-jitsu. And I think if you're focused on that development, the goal is inevitable. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're forcing yourself to be under pressure.
Mhm.
Be like, I just finished this match where they're waiting for me in that other mat, and I have to be ready. So, you know, you have to like make it happen. You have to go there and like perform, even though you're tired. And then that's another challenge. I mean, that constantly challenging yourself is so important, I think, to get better, because then you're gonna get in a normal competition, like you're gonna have more time,
Right.
and then you're gonna be fine way faster than the other guy if you're used to like just going mat to mat.
That's true, man. That's true. Like you're pushing it. It's definitely like a good way to progress. So, I mean, we're finishing up here, but is there anything that you really want to talk about or cover or promote? Well, like your next competition or anything like that? You want to give your handle for Instagram?
Instagram?
Yeah.
My Instagram, EL_ Damian 05.
Okay.
No, I mean, my next competition is gonna be Canabolics, something else, Absolute. They're gonna do an Absolute bracket for $750. Let's win that, and it's pretty much it, I think.
That's been awesome, man. It's been awesome. Thank you for coming, dude. It was a great one, bro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have you back on.
Thank you for having me. When I win